Hi everyone, it's Angie and it is Thursday and I thought I would come on and do a little bit of a whip and chat. So this is going to be one of two videos that you're going to get today from me. I am expecting a package this afternoon when the mail comes with my new release from Diamond Art Club from last Saturday. But I also wanted to do a whip and chat just because I've had kind of an interesting week and I thought I'd talk to you guys about it and show you what I'm working on right now. So what I am working on at the moment is this beautiful purple hummingbird painting. It's called Purple Hummingbird. The hummingbird itself is not purple, but the flowers in the surrounding area are purple. And this is a 35 by 50 from Heartful Diamonds or Create Love Share that I unboxed. I don't know, was it earlier in the week or was it last week? But I've gotten three out of 6 sections finished, so I am halfway finished with this one, and I think it's turning out nicely. I'm really happy with the way it's turning out. I really do like their drills and their canvases, and it's turning out really well. So this one does have 32 colors, and it is a square, and I did try to set this up where I was working with my light pad underneath, so I didn't have to have this big light behind me on, but I couldn't do it, you guys. I am horrible with my light pad, and I feel bad because I have a beautiful A3 light pad that is very nice. I just prefer to work with my overhead light, or it's actually behind me. It does throw a little bit of a shadow, so if you guys find that that's really annoying, let me know and I will try to work something else out. Just the way that it looked in the camera, it looked pretty annoying with the light pad too, to me, that backlight from the light pad. So I have exciting news about my videos, and hopefully the quality of them is going to get a little bit better. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about because I'm so excited about it. But we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll go over what I'm using. I have my canvas, of course, that I already talked about. Oops, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me just ignore that. I'm going to silence my phone. And my release papers, 4x6 release papers from Star Ore that I ordered from Amazon. My Star Ore large tray, and the pen that I'm using today is from O'Brien's handmade pens over on Etsy. This was a custom that I picked out the blank and then I had them turn it in the shape that I wanted. This is the first time I'm really using this pen, and I like it. It's pretty nice. I didn't know if I was going to like all these bumps on there, but I find that I get a big I'm giving you guys a finger. I get a big callus on my middle finger right here from holding my drill pen so much. And I find that if I switch shapes of pen, I don't have as much of a problem with that, or it doesn't bother me quite as much. So that's why I'm using this pen. Is the only one that I have that is this different shape that has these small bumps. The rest of them are just the standard, though, the ones that you get from Diamond Art Club, or I call it standard, but the standard, you know, three bump with that's more smooth. And I'm using, in my pen, I have micro dots in my single placer, which I rarely use my single placer, and in my multi placer I'm using Not Your Mama's Mud from Whimsical Daisies over on Etsy also. So that is what I am working with today. What are you guys working on? If you're watching me while you're working, which I hope you are. I hope you're not sitting there watching me, because that's probably about as exciting as watching paint dry. Especially this part of this canvas is really just all color blocking, which I'm happy to get to because it has been a little bit of confetti working on it up to this point. And it is working up really nice and quickly. I'm enjoying it. I am going to be kitting up my new release when it gets here today from Diamond Art Club, and I'm going to start working on that right away as well. I like to keep a lot of options open for myself. I currently have uncountable whips. I have as many, I can't say that I have as many whips as I have storage containers because I just went on a storage container bender yesterday. I went all over the place. I went to Michael's, which is a hobby and craft store here in the United States, and I bought myself another Craftmates lockable. I like those because the container size is quite large. I like it because there's 7 in a strip. I like that they're in a strip like that. I hate it when I do that. Do you guys ever do that? You push down wrong and then it jumps your drills all over the place in your tray and makes them all out of line after I just lined them up so perfectly. Ugh, annoying. Anyway, I like those Craftmates lockables, so I did go to Michael's yesterday and I purchased another one of those. I also have another one on the way from Amazon, and they don't have them for $19.99 anymore. I was disappointed when I saw that because regular price for them is $32.99, which is a little bit steep. At Michael's, they're also $32.99, but they do have a 20% coupon that when they're not on sale, you have a 20% coupon for off regularly priced items. So I was able to use that coupon and save a little bit of money. They also have an option, if you're interested, on the Michael's website. You can buy a 6-pack of Craftmate lockables for, I think it was $98.47. And I know that sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but you get 6 of them, and that it equates out to like $16 and some cents a piece. So that's a really good price if you're looking at it. If you look at it per unit, you know, you're putting out a lot in your initial investment, but you're getting a lot for a good value if you decide to purchase it that way. I did not, only because I don't need 6 more. I think when I get the one from Amazon plus the one that I purchased yesterday, I think that'll make a total of 6 that I have. And I thought to myself, do I really need 6 more of these? Because you know what that's going to mean. All that's going to mean for me is that I can kit up more projects. And Lord knows I don't need more projects kitted up. Excuse me. So while I was out and about, I don't get out of the house very often. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. I don't leave the house very often. My car gets driven about once every 2 weeks, and that's about as often as I leave the house. I just don't have a reason to go anywhere, and I do have some health issues that limit my mobility, and I'm happy. I have everything I need here. Why would I want to leave? Why would I want to leave here and leave all my stuff, right? This is where all my stuff is. So everything I have that makes me happy is here. I don't need to leave. My husband does the grocery shopping, which I'm happy to let him do. But it was nice yesterday to get out. I had, a couple of things on my mind, places I wanted to go to get those storage containers. But I also went to our local Meijer store, which is, if you're not from the area, I don't think they have Meijer stores outside of like Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky. I don't think they have them anywhere else in the country. But it's a little bit like it's like a Walmart. They sell everything. So you can get groceries there. You can get clothing there. They sell everything. So I went there and they had some clearance items. The reason I went there is because I donated a raffle prize, or not raffle, I donated an auction prize for the Purple DP for Lupus event that Mindy's Diamond Moment was putting on, and I needed to ship it out, and I didn't have any shipping tape to close up the box. So I went there to get shipping tape, and while I was there, they had some stuff on their clearance aisle that I looked at, and some amazing deals. I got, and this is just stupid household stuff, it wasn't anything, all that interesting, but I got Soft Soap brand huge refill containers of soft soap for 35 cents each. I could not believe, and they had tons of it. I don't know if they overbought, when the pandemic hit, and they just had this, massive stock of it that they needed to get rid of, or what. But I bought up a bunch of that, and then they had some sanitizing wipes, hand sanitizer, that kind of stuff. I got Jeff and Nate and I new rain suits. We need those for camping, if we're out and about around the campground when it's raining, or if we're fishing when storm comes up or rain comes up while we're fishing. We do a lot. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that either. I'm an avid fisherman. We do a lot of fishing. We do have a pond here on our property. It's about a 1 acre pond, so it's decent size. Did I put that in the wrong symbol? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Decent size, and we do have quite a few different species of fish that live in our pond, so I do a lot of fishing. Also, my very good friend, that I spend a lot of time at her property up north, up in northern Michigan, northern lower peninsula of Michigan. There are 3 ponds on that property, and I do a lot of fishing when I'm up there, and I do spend a lot of time up there in the summer, or at least I have in the past, and I don't expect that'll be any different this year. You might see a different environment. I'll do my Wip and Chats and my I won't be able to do unboxings from up there because I'm not going to have anything shipped up there, but I'll do some Wip and Chats from up there and show you the property and show you its beautifulness, beautimosity, while I am up there enjoying my summer there. And it's almost summer. I can't believe this is Memorial Day weekend already. The spring has flown by, and I'm glad that it has. I love summer. We're going tonight after my husband gets home from work. I know I said we were going to do this last week, I think, but the weather hasn't really cooperated, and I wasn't feeling very well on the days that it was nice. It wasn't that the weather didn't cooperate. It's been really hot here, really, really hot. And then we had a cold snap. Last night, we actually had frost advisories. So I didn't want to get our plants and have to babysit them. So we're in the clear now as far as frost goes, I'm sure. So we're going to go tonight after he gets home from work and get our garden vegetables and our flowers. And I think I mentioned that I kind of go overboard, if you can believe that. I kind of go overboard with flowers, both annuals and perennials, and have them everywhere I can. And the sections that I'm working on right now are about 1.5. Actually, no, I'm working on like 2. I'm working on big sections on this diamond painting. Big sections. So, but it hasn't been a problem for me so far. I usually don't work on such big sections at a time. But I don't know, feeling froggy. I was feeling like I could do it, so I'm doing it. I had something happen with this canvas that I have never had happen, and it wasn't the fault of the canvas at all. It was completely user error. This morning, before I started recording, I was working on a section, and I pulled out my iPad and set down my pen, and I thought I had the area completely covered with cover paper, with release paper, before I sat my iPad and pen down, and I wanted to look something up on my iPad. And then when I put my iPad away and went to pick up my pen, I had laid my pen down in an area of exposed adhesive. And for the very first time ever, I suppose because I don't think I've ever done that before, but when I picked up my pen off of the adhesive, my pen retained the glue on the pen. I pulled the glue right off the canvas onto the pen. So you can't tell at all, but over right in this area here, I pulled the glue right off of the canvas. So I had to do something that I've never had to do before, and that was find another way to keep my drills to stick. So what I used, and I'm not I guess I can't advise on this because it's the first time I've done it and I don't have any long-term experience with it, but it worked in the moment and I don't have any reason to think that it won't work, you know, in the long term. I used, it's called Beacon 3-in-1 craft glue. It's what I use when I'm building my miniatures. And I just put a little dab of that on the area where the glue had been, where I had yanked off the glue. And it worked just fine and dandy. So I was glad about that. Sorry for my arm in the camera. While I put these drills away and go to another color. So what's everybody else working on? I know, did I say that? I think I did. But I really am interested. I really love the comments you guys are leaving. I appreciate all of the comments. It's fun to read the comments and to correspond with you guys. And I am just so thrilled with how things are going with me doing a YouTube channel. I didn't think that I would enjoy it as much as I really and truly have really been enjoying it. It's been a really fun experience for me, and I hope it continues to be. And I just appreciate everybody's kindness and patience, especially when I don't know something that, you know, people have the knowledge and are willing to share that with me and to educate me a little bit about areas that I am not familiar with. So I appreciate your grace and your patience and your sharing of your knowledge. And I appreciate you taking the time to not only watch my videos, but also to comment on them. So I like that. I'm liking that a lot. And in that vein, I wanted to talk about my other purchase that I made. Oh, so going on. So I went to Meijer, got all the clearance stuff. I went to Michael's and I got the Craftmates Lockable. I went to Hobby Lobby, which is another craft store here in the United States. And I got a couple of paint by numbers for my son and I to work on together. Him work on one and me work on one. And I got him like a wooden puzzle. It's a catapult kit that you put together. And then it's a real functioning wooden catapult. He's really into stuff like that. So I got that for him. And then I went to the ever-famous Harbor Freight. And I was going to pick myself up some Harbor Freight containers. I'm kind of crazy container crazy right now because I do have a kit coming that has a lot of colors that I'm going to need quite a few containers for. And then I have my drills coming for my Heaven and Earth Designs kit that has 90 colors. So I'm going to need a lot of containers for that as well. So I've been trying to decide how I want to kit those projects up. And what containers I want to use for them. And I think it's going to end up being like a combination of two different types of container. Because like with the Craftmates Lockable, those containers are quite large. And they hold 56 per unit. And I don't know that I would want to use two of those, for example, to kit up my Heaven and Earth design that has 90 colors. It's not that big of a canvas, so I have to believe that some of the colors, there's going to be very, very few drills in that color, in that particular color. So I don't want to waste a whole huge Craftmates Lockable container on just a few drills. So what I'm probably going to do is do a mix and match. I'll use one Craftmates Lockable and put all the colors that have a lot of drills into those containers, and then use a different kind of container for the drill colors that there aren't as many of. I'll probably use these. I love these. They're my favorite. I did order on Amazon another 5-pack of, they come in this tray that also holds 56 containers. I ordered another 5-pack of those, so those will be here tomorrow as well. So I will be all set. I will be all prepared when I do get those drills for my Heaven and Earth Design canvas. I'll be ready to get that started as well. As soon as those get here, as soon as those drills get here, and as soon as I get the packages or the containers tomorrow. So that's great news. So I went to Harbor Freight, and I went right because I know exactly where the containers are, you know, the 24 piece, or I guess it's a 25 piece because they count the big container as one container. I don't know why they do that, but they do. But I went there to get those. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to find this J and I'm not seeing it. Do you guys see the J? Oh, there it is. Dur, dur, dur. I couldn't see it. And I went back and they only had two. They only had two of them on the shelf. And I thought, well, crap. So I grabbed those two and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just, you know, deal with it. And then I thought, you know what? No, Angie, don't be like that. Just, why don't you just ask? Why don't you just ask if they have any more in the back? I mean, what harm is that going to do? So I got up to the checkout, and I had to stand in line for quite a while. It was quite busy in the store, and so then I thought, no, I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to, you know, hold all these people up. And then I thought, you know what, Angie? Yes, I refer to myself in the whatever person that is. Call myself by my name. Just ask. You're a customer just like everybody else. You drove all this way because it is like a half-hour drive for me to get out to the shopping areas. I don't leave the house very often. Just ask. So I did, and he's like, well, let me look. So he goes in the back, and he comes back out front, and he's got this ginormous box full of them. And I thought, woohoo! And then I felt so guilty that I had not only made everybody wait, but he didn't know how many more I wanted, so he carried out this huge box. I'm like, yeah, give me 6 more. So I ended up with 8 new Harbor Freight containers. So I should be good for containers for quite a while. I don't think I will have to worry about storage containers for quite a while, especially if I add that on to the number of projects I already have kitted up. I should be good. I should be good for a good long time. So as I was out at Harbor Freight, in the same shopping plaza is our area Best Buy. Now, let me just talk for a minute about what I use to record my videos. Currently, what I use to record my videos is my husband's iPad. And I use my husband's iPad because I'll tell you about my iPad. My iPhone, I hate technology. I'm not a technology person whatsoever. It just isn't something that interests me. As long as I have something that's functional, I'm fine with it. I had an iPhone 4 forever. We're talking forever. I just had to upgrade from my iPhone 4 last year when Apple stopped supporting it. And I was miserable about it. I was pissed. I loved my iPhone 4. It was rugged. It was sturdy. It worked. It did everything I needed it to do. I don't need a computer in my phone. I'm just not a technology person. And if I had it my way, I wouldn't have a cell phone at all. Now, we don't have a home phone, and our cell phones are our only phones. So obviously, I do need to have a cell phone. But if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. When I upgraded my cell phone, I wasn't going to go buy some $800 phone. Are you crazy? No, I have way better things to spend my money on. All I care about is that it works. So a friend of mine had an old iPhone that they had upgraded and they were no longer using, and they did own it. And she just gave it to me. And that's what I upgraded to. And you want to know what it is? It's an iPhone 5. So yes, I use an iPhone 5. And I'm perfectly happy and content with it. It's a lot like my iPhone 4. It's rugged, it's durable, it makes and receives calls, it gets on the internet, it does what it needs to do. That being said, it does not have the memory capacity needed to record videos. So I couldn't use that to record videos. So I'm, thinking, okay, I'll use my iPad. Now let me tell you about my iPad. My iPad was so old. It was literally like 10 years old. So my son's school district purchased iPads through a grant so that every student in the district had an iPad that they were allowed to take home, and that's what they do the majority of their work on, is their iPad, which worked out. And this was even before the pandemic. This started quite a few years ago. So the majority of their work is done on their iPad. They bring it home, they do their homework on it. It works out beautifully. Well, the students all got new iPads at the beginning of this school year. And so we get a text or an email one morning that the district is going to be selling the old iPads. Now keep in mind, these iPads were, I think, 3 years old. They weren't, new, but they weren't terribly old. And anybody interested in purchasing them, fill out the Google Doc, I'm like, well, sure, I might be interested, but how much are they selling them for? I mean, if they want like $100 for them, screw that. I'd rather put $100 towards a new iPad. No. Guess how much I got this iPad for? $25. That's right, I paid $25 for an iPad. It does everything I need it to do. It's an iPad Air. It is an older model, and it does have very little memory. So when I started my channel, that's what I was using to record my videos. And I do delete my videos after I upload them to YouTube, but I quickly got to a point where I was running into memory issues, and I couldn't record more than like a 12-minute video. And I thought, well, this isn't going to work. So I started using my husband's iPad. Now, his iPad is about 3 years old, but he has a lot more memory on his. He bought an upgraded, a model with higher memory. So I've been using his iPad to record my videos, and I feel bad doing that only because I have to take his cover on and off every day, and I feel like that's wear and tear on, the cover, and it's not fitting as snugly. And I feel bad that, it's his and I'm using it, and I should, have my own. So I was at Harbor Freight yesterday, and Harbor Freight is in the same shopping plaza as Best Buy. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go look and see. I'm just going to go look at their iPads and see, what they've got, how much they are, what's available, because I honestly had no clue. I honestly, didn't even know. I had no clue if they were in the $400 price range or the $1,000 price range. I really had no clue. I'm not a technology person. So I went there, and I was lucky enough to get matched up with this lovely, lovely young lady. She was probably about my daughter's ages, early 20s. And I told her what I, was looking for and what I wanted to use it for. And she helped me and showed me the different features of the different models. And the prices do vary wildly. You can spend $2,000 on an iPad. I was like, what? No, thank you. I'm, not about that life. First of all, I don't have $2,000 to spend on an iPad. Second of all, there's just no need for me to have that. It just was beyond anything that I would ever in a million years need. So the one that, in looking at all the different models, the one that looked like it would most readily fit my needs was on sale. Of course it was on sale. Of course it was on sale. And it was on sale for about $150 less than the normal retail price. So I didn't go in there with any intention of making this kind of purchase. I was out. I'd rarely get out of the house. Jeff and I had been talking about it. He's kind of sick of me using his iPad. I'm kind of sick of using his iPad, and kind of sick of the memory problems that I have with my own iPad because I can't take pictures, if I want to take pictures of the grandkids or the chickens or anything else. So I tried to call him at work. I text him, I don't hear back. So, okay, he might not have heard his phone go off. He's at work. I call him, he doesn't answer. Okay, fine. And I already yelled at him about this, because what if it had been an emergency? What if something had happened and it had been an emergency and he chose not to respond to me because he was busy? Like, come on, dude. At least acknowledge my existence. Say, everything okay? I'm busy right now, or I'll have to call you back later, or something, but just to ignore me. I was a little bit pissed about that, if I'm going to be totally honest. A little pissed. So I read him the riot act about that, and I don't think he'll be doing that again. But anyway, since I couldn't reach him, I made a command executive decision, and I decided to buy the iPad. Yes, I did. So I bought myself a brand new iPad yesterday. And I am not using it today. So here's what I did. I had a little bit of sticker shock because, as you know, I'm sure you know, they are very expensive. So after I laid down that big chunk of money, I did not purchase any accessories. I wanted to get the keyboard case that came with it, but that was $179. And just for the keyboard case. And I wanted to get the glass protector, but that was $55. In retrospect, I probably should have just gotten that. But I was like, nope, I'm just gonna get the iPad today. I'll worry about the rest. To be honest with you, what I thought was, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna go on Amazon, I'm gonna find this stuff for, a ton cheaper, and I'm gonna buy it that way, order it on Amazon, and I'll be able to get a better price. So I bought the iPad. It was only available in blue. It's okay. It's a pretty color blue. It's not obnoxious. It's a very nice color. It's like a steel blue. I came home, I got on Amazon right away, and I was looking at the different covers and stuff like that. And I thought about it, and I decided, I'm not gonna cheap out when it comes to this. This is an investment, and I should treat it like an investment, and I should protect it like an investment, and I should just spend the money and get the original Apple brand keyboard cover, and be done with it. So Jeff came home from work, and I told him what I did, and he was actually very supportive of my decision. He actually told me, I'd rather see you spend the money on that on more diamond paintings. You got so many diamond paintings. Blah. You've probably heard it if you're an avid diamond painter. One thing about Jeff and I is, we've been married a very long time. I don't know how long we've been married, 16 years, but we've been together for over 20. And we have always kept our finances separate. So his money is his money and my money is my money. Now, we do pool our money for bills, so that, we're both paying into the bill pile. And we do that fairly and equitably, but anything above and beyond that, I have my bank account, he has his bank account. Neither one of us are on each other's bank accounts. A lot of people think that that's really strange, but it works for us. We've been together for 20 years, more than 20 years, and we have never fought about money. And I credit that to the fact that my money is my money and his money is his money, and we make sure the bills are paid and the house, has what it needs. Like, we both contributed money to buy the new pool. We both contribute money when it comes to major renovations or repairs or stuff like that. But we've never fought about money, and I love that about our relationship. One less thing, right? One less thing to have to worry about. But he was completely supportive of my decision, and he thought it was a really good idea. He's like, yeah, I'm glad you did it. You needed that. It's something that you needed to have. You're having a lot of fun with this YouTube thing, and, I'd like to see you spend money on something, something that's going to bring you more joy. And he's heard me complaining about the other iPad. And what I'm going to do with that is, my granddaughter is almost 4, and she's at the age where she wants to play games and stuff and watch her own videos. And they have an iPad Pro, and they have the iPad Pro with the large screen. After pricing them out yesterday, I realized how much they spent on that thing. And they let Marie, my oldest granddaughter, use that iPad to watch her videos and play her games. And I thought, you know what? I am going to give my old iPad to my granddaughter. And I think that will be perfect for her to play her games and watch her videos on. And she won't need all that memory that I had, or that I needed. She won't need all of that. Once I wipe it clean, it will have plenty of memory for her to get the apps that she wants for her videos and her games. So I think that that's going to turn out perfect. And if I can get another one, because they do replace those iPads with the school, they replace them in cycles. So the next time that one comes up for sale, for $25, what the hell? I'm going to get another one, or try to get another one, and give that one to my youngest granddaughter, who will be 2 in July. But, I know that sounds awfully young, but kids, she can get on there and she can do some stuff. She knows how to manipulate it, and she knows how to start and stop videos, and I think kids just learn so young anymore about technology. So, and for $25, what the heck? I would spend more than that on a junk toy, that she would grow out of in 6 months. So I'm going to try to do that. But yeah, so I'm going to give my old iPad to Marie, and then try to get another one for Lila when another one becomes available. But the one I got an iPad Air with 256 gigabytes of memory, and I think that that's going to be plenty for me for what I need it for. The lady that was helping me assured me that, she thought for what I described what I was doing, and she thought that would be plenty of memory for what I want to do. And I don't play games on my iPad, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have time to play games. I'm too busy diamond painting and crafting and playing with my chickens and playing in my garden. There's no time for games. Are you crazy? So I don't have to worry about that, needing that extra memory for games or anything. Or apps, I should say. I don't know the lingo, you guys. I'm just an old lady. Excuse me. It's hard talking for so long. Makes my voice go away. I'm not used to talking. I'm used to being home alone all day. The only person I talk to is Boduke the dog. I'll have to send a little snippet of a video to you guys of Boduke. He's such a pretty boy. He's such a beautiful dog. He's a rescue. We got him from the animal control facility here in our town. But he is probably one of the best dogs I've ever met. He's just a great boy. He's good, and so much fun. He brings so much joy to our lives. So we're really lucky to have him. A lot of times, our other dog was also a rescue dog, and she was also a very, very good dog. I think a lot of times shelter dogs or rescue dogs or mutts make the best pets. I really do, because we've also had purebred dogs, and some of them have been big assholes. Not saying they all are, but some. Just some. So that's my big exciting news, is that I bought an iPad. Now, so I was talking to Jeff when he got home from work, and he's like, well, why didn't you get the case and and I told him, I didn't want to spend any more money, and I told him I thought I could get it cheaper on Amazon, and he agreed with me that he'd rather see me get the Apple brand and, protect it wisely and, spend a little bit of extra money just to have that assurance. It's like, well, so I decided I don't want to, so I didn't even open the box to the iPad. I hadn't even opened it yet because I didn't want to not have any protection on it, because I am a huge clumsy person, and I knew I would drop it or break it or something. Plus, I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about transferring everything. The thought of it just makes me so nervous. I don't know if I remember all my passwords and all of that kind of thing, and transferring everything just really makes me nervous. So I do have to go through all of that, and I had a really not last night, but night before last, I had not slept at all. I did not go to bed. I was up all night. I had insomnia. I was having a difficult night with pain. So I wasn't able to sleep. So I was on 0 sleep yesterday. So I didn't want to open up the new iPad and attempt to do all of that and take the risk of screwing something up, because I wasn't at my best mental acuity because of my lack of sleep. So I didn't want to do it yesterday. And I didn't have the case and whatnot and the glass protector. So I ended up, after talking to him, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back out to Best Buy. I'm going to go back out there and I'm going to get that stuff. So here I am, Angie, who doesn't leave the house but twice a month, back out, another half-hour drive back out to Best Buy, twice in the same day. And well, you know it, I got the same girl to wait on me, which I was very glad of, because she was very helpful and very sweet, and she didn't try to steer me into something that she knew I didn't need, or, she didn't try to upsell me or get me into... I'm sorry, you guys. Let me just get rid of that. Sorry. I silenced my phone, but my iPad also rings when my phone rings, and I forgot about that, so apologies for that. I'm going over to my friend's house, the one who has the property up north. I'm going over to her house today, so she was calling. She probably just wanted to know when I was planning on coming. We are, I'll tell you about that in just a second once I finish my iPad story. So I get all the way back out to Best Buy, another half hour to drive all the way back out there, and I got the same girl. And I was so happy, and so I asked her, I'm like, I really regret not getting this stuff. I need what do I need? You know what I mean? Just tell me everything you think I need. So we talked about the pencil and all of that stuff, and I opted against that because I don't really think I'm going to be doing anything that's going to require that. It just doesn't sound like anything that I'd be really into. So we opted against that, but I did get the huge $179 freaking keyboard cover. It's a cover, but it's also a keyboard. I'll show it to you when it gets here. Because they didn't have any in stock. Of course they didn't, right? I drove all the way out there. Of course they didn't have any in stock. So she's like, but I can order it for you. I'll see when it can be delivered. And I'm thinking, I don't want to wait a week to have to set up my new iPad. I'm, super excited about this. So she put it in her little phone computery thing. She's like, okay, it'll be there. It can be there tomorrow. I'm like, really? That's okay. Awesome. Let's do that. So we're continuing to talk about what else she thought I might need, and we talked about a glass protector, and I knew that I probably wanted to get that. And so we're looking at a couple of different options that they had there in the store, and one was an off-brand, and it was about half as expensive as this other name brand glass protector that came with a lifetime guarantee. And she's like, and you know, she hadn't steered me wrong all day in talking about this stuff and trying to upsell me, so I was, you know, valuing her opinion. She's like, honestly, on this one, I probably would go with the more expensive one. You know, if anything happens, they replace it. I've personally used their products, and hasn't been a problem. They've replaced it just quick as can be. And so I did decide to go with that one. So she is going through the rack to find the one that fits my iPad. She's like, oh, we don't have any. Of course you don't. So like, well, I can order this online too. Let me look up this and see when this can be, how long this. She's like, okay, this one can't be delivered tomorrow. This one's going to be delivered on Friday. I'm like, that's fine, Still 2 days, right? I can wait 2 days. Not a big deal. So we get to the counter, and she's putting in the order and ringing me up. And she's like, oh, it looks like they're going to combine shipping. They're going to ship them all out. They'll both be there on Friday. So it looks like I'm going to have to wait until Friday. I mean, I don't have to, but I'm going to wait until Friday to open up my new iPad and get it all set up. Which Friday is now tomorrow, so not a big deal. It's one more day. And I love being older because I can remember back when I was younger, there's no way I would have been able to wait. Like, that box would have been burning a hole in my fingers before I even got home from the store. I would have wanted to open it. And it's funny how patience comes with age. It just, I can wait. There's nothing, really driving me crazy about having to open it right now, right this minute. So that's what's going on with that. So super exciting. Yay! Super exciting news. A fun new gadget. Fun new gadget to play with. On the way, or not on the way, it's here, but the accessories are on the way. What was I talking about? Oh, my friend. So yes, I'm going over to her house today. Number one, because she baked me some cookies. Woo-woo. She makes the world's best. And I say she's my friend, but she's more like a mother to me. She's, she was actually my boss for a number of years. And we became very good friends. And she babysat my son when he was born while I was still working. And she became his grandma. He calls her Nima, which he named her Nima when he was, started talking. And she is his Nima, and she is like a mother to me. So she's more than just a friend. She's just a very, very special lady in our lives. She's like a mom. She really is. But she made cookies, and she makes the best molasses cookies. I don't know if you've ever had molasses cookies, but you should try them if you haven't. I love molasses cookies. Me and Nate both love molasses cookies. And she makes the best ones. So she made us some molasses cookies. So I am going to wait until he gets home from school, which he gets off the bus at about 2:38. Yes, I am that precise with what time the bus comes. The bus comes at 2:38, like clockwork. As soon as he gets off the bus, we'll take off and go over there and collect our molasses cookies. And the reason I need to go over there is to take her some money because there's something very exciting that we are doing. There is, she has a daughter who is roughly my age, and her and I are friends. And she turns 50 in October. So she wanted to do something fun for her 50th birthday party. So they decided, that we are going to go on a trip to to Florida for a few days to celebrate my friend Sarah's 50th birthday. So that is super exciting because in October in Michigan is not warm at all. I mean, you're into fall in Michigan. Now, fall is my favorite time of year. I love fall. I love the smell of the air. I love the sound of the crunching of the leaves that have fallen off the trees. I love everything about fall. It's beautiful. I love the weather. Everything. But it'll still be fun in October to go to Florida where it's still going to be nice and warm and go hang out at the beach and, do some fun things, eat some seafood, some, fresh seafood. So that's really exciting, but we're going to actually fly. When I usually go to Florida for vacation, I like to drive. I prefer road trips. So I'm not used to flying when we go there. But we're going to fly. So she booked the airline tickets last week, and I just need to go over there to pay her for my airline ticket. It was $340 for a round trip, and that's going from Detroit to, where are we even going? Where are we going? I know, Fort Myers, Florida. Which I thought that was pretty good. I didn't think that was too bad of a rate for tickets. I know my daughter just went to Florida for spring break. She's out of college. I don't know what made her think she still gets a spring break. I swear she's almost 24, but she still acts like she's like 20. I love her to death, but she doesn't want to grow up. I don't blame her. I remember at Christmas time, as she got a little bit older with things, and I would try to include her on some gift purchases. She'd be like, "Mom, I don't want to know. I just want the magic to happen. I just want the magic." So anyway, she went on spring break, and I know she paid quite a bit more than that for their flights. They went to Fort Lauderdale, I believe. So I don't think $340 was too bad, but I've got to take that money over to her, and that's why I'm going over to her house later today. That and cookies, and just to visit. I haven't been over there in a while, so I'm due for a good visit, see what's going on in her world. We text back and forth now and again, but we don't talk as much as I would like, and that's probably completely my fault. I'm not much of a phone talker, and like I said, I don't leave the house, so I like it when people come to me. I'm all about having guests. I love to be a host, and now that we have the new pool, I'm hoping that we'll have a lot of company this summer. I'm hoping a lot of people will come over and use the pool. My sister and their kids and my friends. So, and maybe Nate's friends. That would be nice. I like to be, and Jeff enjoys it too, as much as he wants to joke and complain about it. He really does enjoy it. So, and hopefully my daughter and her boyfriend that live in Detroit will come up and spend some time here this summer and use the pool as well. And my other daughter will bring the girls out. So it'll be a good thing all around. So the chickens. I was going to mention the chickens. The chicks are doing well. They are growing like crazy. I am going to add at the end of this video, which I'm probably going to wrap it up here real quick. I just wanted to mention the chickens because I'm going to, after I end with you here, I am going to stop the video and take you out to the chicken coop and just show you a little clip of the baby chicks so you can see how they're growing and how big they're getting. They're almost fully feathered now, so they're doing really, really well. They're growing fast. We haven't had any losses yet, which is good. You can usually, you count on, when you get day-old baby chicks, you count on a 10% loss just from just nature, just the way nature is. We have not lost any, so that's good. We still have our 14, and they are flourishing. They're getting to go outside now, and they love that. They're really enjoying getting to spend time outside, and yeah, they're doing really well. So I will stop the video, and I will pick back up outside at the chicken coop and show you guys how they're doing. And we got quite a bit done during this Wip and Chat, so thanks a lot for hanging out with me. Got all of that done, that area done there, so wonderful. I'm about a third of the way through a whole nother section, so thank you. Thanks for keeping me company, and I will see you guys in just a minute. All right? All right. Hi guys, I'm back. No chickens today, I'm sorry. This is actually the day after that I filmed the Wip and Chat. It rained all day yesterday. It's been raining all day today. It is cold as heck out there, and I am not going out there. I've got to go out there to take care of them, but I'm not going to go hang out there to film. So I just wanted to give you proof. It's really cold, windy, and rainy outside. I'll show you the chickens on another video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.